right, good day. How you doing out here? Stockton, California. This is KXVS.org community radio station. Out here with the lunch hour spotlight. Spotlight on the arts. That's what we have here in Stockton, California. Community radio station here. Listening to a little bit of yellow dot music there, electronica. We'll go ahead and fade that out. So, all right. Today's episode is spotlight on the Dean 6-string banjo guitar. So it's kind of a cross between a guitar and a banjo. So for those who play guitar, it's easy transcribing the chords from one instrument to another and still have that kind of banjo twang as you need it for different types of music. So to be able to share that with y'all, we have a great radio station here that's able to let me share that with everybody. And so getting involved with your community radio station here at KXVS.org, it's a wonderful thing that we can have a voice and share these great contents that we have here on the station. And so, if you check out the website there, thevoiceofstockton.org or KXVS.org, you can check out many great shows, great content throughout the board, all different styles of things people talk about in our community and everything that is involved, which is great. Here at the Spotlight Show, every Fridays, I definitely try to focus on the community of anything good and positive that we can give back to each other and share. Anybody out there that's interested, that's a wonderful thing. You can contact me here at the station or at the webpage on Facebook that we have, Spotlight on the Arts at kxvs.org. Or somehow, we're around. You can find us. So anything that has to do with, local arts, artists, foods, music, we can definitely give you some spotlight time, and that's what we're here for, to give you the voice back here at the Stockton radio station, kxvs.org. And so as we're always wanting to reach out and share our stuff that we can't do without you. So member-supported station that we are here. We can get your voice on the station. So we're always looking for memberships or sponsorships to help out here and to give the voice back. And so with some of the funds that we do receive, we help some of the shows keep going. We're definitely saving up for a tower so we can go FM. So that's one of the wonderful things that we have, what's happening here. And pretty soon on the Spotlight shows, we'll be having a What's Happening weekend spotlight, catching up with what's happening all around. A lot of new venues popping up, a lot of new musicians, a lot of new artwork happening. And so pretty soon we'll have a catch-up on a series of that, of all local artists and what's happening. So today, getting back to today's episode, which is focusing on the Dean banjo, 6-string. A lot of banjos out there, different tunings. So this tuning is pretty much the same as a regular guitar. So for those who tend to transcribe from different banjos, because you have your 4-string banjo, tenors, you got your 5-string banjos for different rhythms. You got your Dixieland jazz for the banjo, you got your bluegrass banjos, you got your jam bands. One of my favorites is Bella Fleck and the Flecktones. Listening to that banjo style of playing, oh man, that's really, really nice, intricate, and pleasantful stuff to integrate. So get into different levels of banjos. You can go all the way throughout the history of that, but that'll be another episode. So right there on the camera here. Okay, so on the camera I got a couple banjos here set up. I got an electric one and an acoustic one, and we'll go over the difference between the two. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to this other camera, and we'll start getting away on this. Okay, so now I'm over here. I'm going to try and go for the acoustic banjo first. Sorry, let me get myself situated. And also, I brought my little Vox, this little amp. I might do a quick little review on that, which is really neat. This is a battery-operated amp. Don't need any plug-in power if you don't have to. So this is battery-operated, which is wonderful, so you can hit up all the parts, little jigs and little jams, and not have to worry about that. So we'll check that out in a minute. So right here, what I have with me is a 6-string banjo made by the Dean Company, which is I think it's really good. I have a lot of Dean products from them, and I really enjoy what they put out. You know, it's definitely a higher mid-grade type of instruments that they do. So so anyway, so we have the banjo. It's definitely set up. It's got the snare, just like a normal banjo. You know, the difference is it has 6 strings. So as we look at the neck stock, you know, you can see the pegs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So which is really nice about this, it's still the same as a regular guitar. So you've got your C tuning. You don't have to transcribe very much to the other style of banjos, which they start getting into different tunings. That'll be another episode as I bring other banjos here and there, and other instruments throughout this series of gear and review. So real quick, I forgot to mention that earlier. So this is a series gear and review that I have. I definitely had my first episode last month, which was about electronica, drums, and guitar. So you can probably catch that episode on previous areas of the KXVS.org website or the Spotlight at YouTube. So back to the banjo. So you can play your C chords, your G chords, and D chords. And so, you know, for the guitar players, you recognize these chords. See, not much transcribing at all. It's just maybe more of your fingers. Might feel a little different than an acoustic guitar. So that might be one adjustment there. So that's kind of a hammer-on trick there with the C chord we have going on there. So with this acoustic banjo, as you can see in the other camera, that one's more of an electric banjo, so it has a different type of a head. And so we'll talk about the 2 different types of snares that are on this banjo head here. This is, gosh, my bad for not researching this, but I'm not sure what the name of this type of head is. But it's a basic snare head, so as I play this kind of a banjo, I get kind of a nice brush feel, as if I went over here to this electric one. It's like nothing, so it's more geared for better resonance for when you plug in, and for the electric side when you really need to crank out with those drummers. Drummers! So anyways, when you're just parking lot kicking back, and you really don't need the amplification, this banjo does really good because it has a nice resonance on there. So as I hit the C chord, I can add another sound as like a snare brush, you know. So it's kind of neat about this banjo here with putting this different style of head on there. You can kind of get that nice brush snare drummer sound at the same time as you're playing, so it kind of gives a percussive type of thing. So sometimes you can use your thumb as an extra percussive thing. So and so as you do that, you know, as you do different practices, you can really start rolling and get this nice multi-sound with a snare like this, compared to an electric one, which you won't get very much snare sound on that one, or a brush snare sound, I should say. So with this is really nice. The action, the camera's not showing too well, but the action is really close. So all the Dean products, especially the banjos that I've been collecting from them, all their actions are always easy to get snapped tight, and so your fingers kind of flow a little easier than not. So with this, you know, you kind of more of a bluegrassy sound. Sounds happy. Even all the minor stuff sounds happy. So like some of the minor stuff I might play on the banjo, which I start mixing up some of the world flavors, you know, maybe some real Latin on the banjo, which gives them more of a, I don't know, a gypsy sound, I guess. So let's try a little bit of that sound. gives a little more gypsy sound, which I kind of like. Sometimes switching from an acoustic guitar to the banjo, it gives you different tones and different ideas of what kind of flavors. So sometimes I get a little gypsy sound. I'll go for that. I'll pick up a banjo, but then play different chords, normally than maybe a bluegrass chords or something like that. So my learning history on the banjo is I took some lessons from a teacher, and I kind of explained to him, I want to do like all the parking lot picking bluegrass style, which is really neat. And he's like, yeah, kid, okay, all right. So as he's teaching me, I'm kind of like paying attention while he's teaching me all these different chords, E minor sevenths and D minor, all these things, I don't know. And so the funny thing about the whole story is this whole time he's teaching me Dixieland jazz, and I kind of caught on after a couple lessons, and I says, well, wait a minute, this isn't bluegrass. And then he said, well, try some Dixieland jazz first, and then go into bluegrass. And so it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because some of the Dixieland chords that I could integrate, I can get some gypsy stuff, gypsy happy sounds. Not knowing it back then when I was younger, he was giving me tools to really open up the banjo sound. And so as you integrate different genres, the 6-string Dean banjo is a wonderful thing to add to your collection, because not that I'm doing a commercial for Dean, but but I do like this instrument. So it's definitely cool. Some parking lot fun, some park, hanging out. This is a great little acoustic instrument, and great for recording too. You don't have to be electric to record with this one here. So real quick, this gives a nice bluegrassy country flavor. A little jam grass, as I like to call it. And so yeah, some happy chords. I love that stuff. And here, even with the minor, again, we do some of the gypsy chords style. And I can go for days on that. I love that stuff. Just kind of jam band scene. So that's some of my influences of music. But I love all styles of music. So anyways, with the Dean 6-string banjo, a banjitar, that might be the real word for it. But for those of you who do have it, you can kind of understand what's happening. For those that don't have it, check it out. If you see one at the store, pick it up. Definitely adds a whole different tone to some of your guitar sounds. So that's wonderful on that. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and switch banjos for the review. This one here is the acoustic version. Man, pretty nice stuff right there happening. So I like a lot of the Dean stuff, because they got this little emblem here, little wings. You can fly, you can fly. So anyway, sometimes I do feel like flying. So okay, let me switch this real quick here, so a little patience if you don't mind. I'll try to keep this rolling as easy as possible. So as I switch over here, I'm going to switch from the acoustic model of the Dean 6-string to the electric model. So I'll go ahead and replace these ones here. Shazam! So this one here, a little different. Nice look there, a little glossy if the camera's catching that. But that's okay. Let me get my headphones on. Excuse me. How's everybody doing out there with this wind, huh? Trying to get over my cold. Anyways, I hope everybody's feeling better. Take your vitamin C. Wonderful. So anyways, here we go. So this is the electric version of the Dean 6-string guitar banjitar. So okay. Again, I love the headstock, how they always put those the wings on there, because I can fly. So this one here has a different kind of a drum head, a little more smoother. So if I were to try to do the added brush snare style, snare, I know that's 2 words in one. You really can't hear nothing. So this banjo here is not really geared for your little acoustic jam sessions where you can kind of add that little snare thing. This is really more for the loud rock style, or your really nice country rock stages, and your jam grass style stages. As a matter of fact, any kind of style. When I play my gypsy jam band style, I'll switch from the Latin origin guitars to the banjo, and it gives a different flavor. Kind of depends where I'm at. So anyways, right here, so this is really neat. They give it a clear one, which I'm not too sure, but I kind of like it because you can kind of see all the guts and everything inside there. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up because a lot of glare. But anyways, in this region here, you've got your pod. Yeah, you can't see it. Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit. Oh, there you go. So there's one of your pod there, so it kind of kicks in here and go ahead and plug in. So it's kind of wonderful to have that because for years I would try to either mic the banjo, and for those who mic acoustic instruments with louder drums and bass and more of a rock band style, it's definitely hard to control the feedback. So when it came out this banjo with the electronics in it, wow, it's kind of neat how they put it together because you can see, again, through a clear head. Well, next time, it's nice that they can do it because I didn't want to even try to put my own pickup on there. Anyways, it has a volume pod. Yeah, pretty basic. I like that volume pod. You can probably just get some stomp pedals if you want. Or, which is really neat here, I want to talk a little bit about this Vox. This one right here. There you go, the camera. Vox. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So this Vox little amp here is really neat. It's battery operated, so it's really nice to carry around. It does be loud enough for small environments, but good enough to not really annoy everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And let's see. Get some volume. So there's the volume. So what's really neat about this amp here, if I can turn it up, let's see. It's got all these effects. There we go. So all those little nice little fun knobs, tweaking and turning and whatever. You can get all the way from a bluesy to a clean to distorted. And on the other side, you have all different effects that are kind of added, like an auto wall, some reverb, some delay. For me, I kind of like just leave it on the delay just to give it a little extra play in the strings, so to say, that it just kind of really relaxes. Easier tension, not too hammered down so much. So this Vox amp is wonderful. They make a lot of different amps. But this is one that I carry around once in a while. So if you can tell the difference between the amplified, look, I'm going to turn it off. So not amplified, you can still use it as an acoustic banjo. You can still use it, but it's really nice. You can plug in. Wow. You get a little delay if you can hear that. So you can hear that delay, or hopefully I don't get too much feedback being close to the amp. But again, this has a lot of different functions on there. Let's see, maybe I can go to, what have I got here? Let's go to the auto wah, because the auto wah would be pretty pronounced. So say you get the banjo with an auto wah. Well, maybe not so pronounced. Anyways, I'll just take it back to delay. So with that battery operated amp here, the Vox, nice to have, nice to have. Let's see what we got here. Which one's this camera? This one? No, not that one. Oh, it's this one. Let me just move this angle real quick. All right. Hey, that captures the film a little better. So okay, so back to the electric Dean banjo 6-string. So the wonderful thing, you can plug in and start jamming with the big bands with this banjo here. So. But with all these kind of instruments, you do have to be careful for resonance feedback, because it does have a, since it is kind of an echoey chamber type of instrument, the notes really ring out. Sometimes feedback to the amps if you get too close, but hopefully you got a friend nearby that will help out. That's a good camera angle. There we go. This one here is the Dean electric 6-string, the banjo guitar. So again, for those out there who are just checking it out, it's definitely tuned up the same as any acoustic guitar, standard tuning. And the really neat thing about this is you can give different flavors without transcribing too much. With other banjos, you do have to transcribe. Sometimes your tenors and all your other ones, your 4 strings, your 5 strings, and all different ones. So the wonderful thing about the banjo, real quick history on it, it is a long time instrument from all different nationalities all over the world. There's all different types of banjos out there. So even though it might have a different name, it does have the same reasoning. It has an echoing chamber with a snare and some strings, which is kind of a nice function. So let me do a little jam real quick. So I'm just going to put a plug out there that you can catch some of us jamming here with the Yellow Dot music here and there through town with all the players and stuff. You can check us out on Facebook, Yellow Dot Music. Definitely got Trevor Salesman on the ship, and Eric Dog, Jeff Cox, Brian McCarthy, Jim Dennis. Those are some of the Yellow Dot players that come and go. Steve, Mass Dyer. A real fun band and fun group. Just kind of come and go, do what we do. So sometimes when we pair off, do things. This is one jam that sometimes we do. I'll just do a little short version. So this would be the electric 6-string Dean banjo. That's really neat. So anyways, that's just some fun stuff. Some chords we go through with some of that gypsy style that Yellow Dot music does, which is wonderful. Real wonderful. So there we go. So today is a little bit of review. Just checking out some people chiming in here. Maybe I should get a little closer to the mic, or maybe this mic is not working good. So anyways, let me see what's happening. All right. Hey, that's a little better. Thanks. Okay. Just had to turn up just a little bit more. All right. Hey, that was Dora chiming in. Thanks, Dora, for helping me out there. Just turn the voice up just a little bit more. Okay, so with the banjo, real quick, this was the Dean Banjo series. They got the acoustic, which is this one here. Which is more of like a snare, regular standard snare, drum head style there, which you can get some nice brush style earlier in the video. If you want to rewind that, you can catch that if you're just kind of chiming in. But you can catch all reruns of all the Spotlight shows, the Yellow Dot Spotlight shows at Yellow Dot Spotlight YouTube. You can definitely go to KXVS.org and catch all the wonderful shows over there of all the different hosts. Check it out, you know. The Spotlight shows run Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays of all different community artists and activists in our town, which is awesome. So we're here at the station, always giving nice content back to the people because we want to give your voice back. And so I feel blessed that I'm able to share this segment with you with the banjos, the difference between the electric and the acoustic version of the Dean 6-string banjo. So that was fun here, segment on doing that. So again, go ahead and check out all the different segments, memberships, sponsor supportive. If any sponsors see any segments of the shows, Spotlight shows, or any of the KXVS.org shows, and you feel like helping out, you know, we're always looking for membership sponsors, Any ideas to give the voice back to the people?
Yeah, give it back to the people.
So, all right. So, real quick, I'm going to rewind all the way back to the beginning. This little thing right here, little snark, little great invention for the users. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to. I want to invent something for the people that need need things. This little handy thing right here, for those you kind of click it onto your guitar here, and you turn it on. The vibrations help keep it in tune. Help keep it in tune. You can check your tunes live through the status. The old-fashioned ways, what I used to do, was the stomp boxes. Sometimes you'd have to click everything off, tune up. Sometimes live, that really never helped out. So it's really nice that somebody invented this thing called a snark. If you don't have one, it's kind of a neat tool to carry with you. Throw it in there. I end up buying one or two to throw in a couple cases here and there. At the last minute, again, you can see through the other camera. There we go. You just click it on at the end. Depends how you want to turn it. A lot of players, I see them turn it backwards so they can see behind the guitar. It's kind of like behind the scenes, So as you hit, I'm not sure if I can get this focused right. Let me see if I can turn this around. So as you hit the strings, let's see here. There's a good one. There you go. There's an E. Yep. I guess I'm busted. I'm a little bit flat. But I'm just kind of showing off what the banjos are. But I'm always a little off. Shoot, that's the music I play. Just a little bit pushing the envelope. So anyways, so the snark, wonderful thing to have with you. Throw in your case. We got that happening. And then over here, we got the Vox. The Vox battery-operated amp that you can take with you. So you got your snark. You can tune up battery-operated amp. Just enough level to hear and help push your sound, but not enough to annoy anybody for when you do little parking lot jams or street busking or just anywhere you go. You just kind of want to help amplify yourself there, especially with drummers. Oh, yeah, yep, that helps out. So, okay, so that might wrap it up for this segment in this episode here of the Yellow Dot Spotlight Show, Fridays, every Friday at 12 noon to 1 p.m. This segment here was music, gear, and review. This was the second episode. The first episode you can probably catch over on the KXVS.org, or you can also catch the shows at Spotlight on the Arts, Yellow Dot Spotlight at YouTube. You can go to the Facebook page, which is Spotlight on the Arts, and catch some all the different shows there that we have. Okay, so I want to wrap it up for here. This was the Dean Banjo 6-string, the Yellow Dot Spotlight Show. Your host, David Perry Molina, and we'll be catching up with you soon. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this going, and we'll catch up with you soon. Yep, I'm on this microphone.
I like how you actually...
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fade in. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon.
Kind of a regular sandwich, maybe some
because the other day I had a sandwich with I had a salmon patty, right?
Okay.
So I put tapatio on it, and it was good.
That does sound good.
So let's all eat this at the same time.
Get the same experience.
Get the crunch sounds.
Get the flavor.
I don't think it's gonna crunch though.